Whatever rocks your socks, whatever spins your top, whatever winds your watch, whatever flips your flop, whatever turns you on, whatever flies your flag, whatever bangs your gong, or whatever swings your bag. Do it often, but do it well, 'cause nobody knows and there's no way to tell. When the ride ends,
Good morning. Welcome back to Turtle Beach. This morning we're at the remain of the tin dredging, which is what kind of the name Tai Mueang means. You can see these, whoa, break your ankle, Steve. You can see these concrete tanks. This was the industrial part of it. These tanks come from about the 1970s. But if you were in the 1700s a Hokkien Chinese tin miner, you could come here and you could set up where these lagoons, these are artificial lagoons and they are fed by channels up in the mountains. They would spray the dirt down with high pressure water hoses, and along the way they would sift the ore out of the material. And when it got to the sea, if you were a poor Chinese tin miner who couldn't find work at the mine itself, you could set up with a tin plate and you could sift the remains of the ore and sell that back to the mining company. So that was the Tai Mueang, the end of the tin mine. End of the road. Last stop. And in large measure, it was the name that really intrigued me about this place, because I thought, of course, that I would come here and this would be the end of it. The remain of the tin dredging. I don't know if that's backwards. I don't know how, is that backwards for you? Anyway, so the title of today's video is Things I Hate About Thailand. Number one is YouTube vloggers who resort to the low-hanging fruit of lists. 5 things I love about living in Bangkok. 5 things I hate about living in Bangkok. 10 best... There it is. I brought an apple to put on the shrine. 10 best things about Century 21 Mall, the food court. You know, it's lazy, it's easy, and it's beneath us all. It's beneath the viewer and the creator. That being said, every now and then we all like to be lazy, don't we? So this is the little fisherman's shrine. Speaking of lazy, I can't be bothered to turn this off and turn it around, so you're just going to have to see it kind of ass backwards this way. I'll tell you, the editing of these things, I'm over it. I don't care to mess around with the editing anymore. But this is the little San Chao Ti, the shrine to the Lord of the place, and I'm going to add my apple. Satu, Satu, Satu. Thank you for this place. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the gifts I'm about to receive. Satu. And I'm going to add this. And I hope you can see that. And we'll step out on the beach for a moment. Typically, I have this beach to myself, and I like that very much. But this month, the Kui are running, and so everybody and his brother has grabbed a net. And there are fishermen. That's who has left the other offerings on that shrine. So that's south. There's Phuket down there a ways, and Malaysia and Indonesia. That's west. There's India, Bangladesh, Burma, Sri Lanka, that way. And that's north. Ranong and Burma and Bangkok and all that other stuff. And that's it. That is Thai Muang, the end of the line. All right, let's go sit down and I'll give you the rest of my lazy list. I swear to God, the more I do this, the more I criticize guys for being lazy in their content making, the more I want to do the same thing. I'm going to sit down here. I'm going to check and see. I'm not sure which. If I sit this direction, you don't really see the ocean. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Sit this direction. All right, we're going to put our back to the sea. Hopefully not break anything, and hopefully not sit over an ant's nest. Oh, wait, here we go. You know, I do all these things in one take. A, because I can, and B, because I don't like the editing. I really dislike editing. And so, yeah, you're just going to have to put up to this morning. I'm feeling very lazy this morning. I got to go in for surgery. The morning you're watching this, Friday morning, I will be en route to Phang Nga Hospital to check in for my hernia repair surgery. I haven't been on the bicycle in a month, and I really miss it. I was cautioned to stay off the bicycle until a month after the hernia repair. So it's going to be at least 2 months not riding the bicycle. Typically, I would ride the bicycle down here. It'd take me about an hour. And then I'd walk on the beach for another hour and get back on the bicycle and go home. And that was how I was starting every single day. And I like that very much. I don't like this chair very much. But, yeah, you know, I'm an old man. And apparently I poked a hole in my abdomen helping my friend Harvey move a steel propane tank. Back in New Mexico, and I really should have had this fixed before I left, but while I still had insurance. But it's a very common operation we've been doing for 100 years, and I feel safe doing it in Phang Nga. The doctor, the surgeon, I swear to God, he's 12 years old. But these days, everybody looks 12 years old to me. All right, so here's Steve's list of things he hates about Thailand. This bench seat being number one. Number two, Falang who dress like bums. I bring this up. I've bitched about this before, but it's worth bitching about again. I went to Phuket immigration yesterday, part of the visa process. I'm getting a new visa, and or I think by now I have a new visa. And I haven't been to Phuket immigration in, well, since 1997. And I was amazed at how the Falang were dressed. There had to be at least another 100 Falang there, all milling around trying to find where they're supposed to go, carrying packets of their documents, and we assume wallets full of baht. But they were all dressed for the beach. They were all dressed like bums. They had shorts on and flip-flops and singlets, and their hair was uncombed, and they had 3 days growth of beard. Christ, why do you do that? You are going to ask a favor of a government official who doesn't like you in the first place because he sees 50 schlubby Falangs every day. And you're painting a target on your back. You're going in there. Now, maybe you've got all your paperwork in order, right? It's doubtful, but maybe you do, and you don't need a favor from this guy. But chances are good you've got a mistake in your packet somewhere that this guy could correct with a check of his pen. This guy could check it, take your money, send you on your way, say, welcome to Thailand. But you treat that man's office like it's your own home. You go in there in shorts and flip-flops and a shirt without buttons, and dude, he will not help you at all. He or she will not help you at all. Don't do that. Don't sabotage your experience in Thailand. Don't put yourself at some risk. because you don't wear a shirt with buttons. Put on a shirt with buttons, put on long pants. It's for an hour, half an hour. You can wear, nice clothes for half an hour and then go back to the beach and dress like a bum and be happy. That's number 2. Holes in my feet from flip-flops. This is why men wear sandals with socks. I love to flaneur. That's a fancy word for walk around a town and just absorb the ambiance and daydream as you walk. Flaneur. There are flaneurists. People who do this. People who go city to city specifically to simply walk around randomly. And I have always done that. Here in flip-flops. And you walk for an hour and you've worn 2 big holes in your feet with your flip-flops. And then they sting. Those holes sting for days afterwards. And I always tell myself, put the Band-Aid on first. Before you go and start to walk, protect yourself. Where that rubber meets your flesh, put a Band-Aid on there. Protect yourself. I never do it. I never think to do it. So flip-flop holes. Driving anywhere in this country for any reason, in any vehicle, I just hate it. The carnage on the roads, people have commented before, these are an amazing, generous, loving, kind people who get behind the wheel of a vehicle and turn into devils. Everybody's an asshole on the roads here. Everybody's an asshole. And I just don't want to deal with it. I'm 65 years old. I don't have to go anywhere most of the time. Every morning I ride the bicycle down here, and if I can get away with never getting on a vehicle or in a vehicle for the rest of the day, that's a good day. So driving anywhere in this country, for any reason, at any time of the day, in any weather, I hate it. I just don't want to do it. Farang ghettos. What is this, number 5? Does anybody care? Farang ghettos. Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Pattaya, Hua Hin, maybe Chumphon, definitely Samui. Koh Phangan. What has happened to Koh Phangan? When did Pepe the Frog take over Koh Phangan? When did it become a haven for alt-right incels? Oh man, what a shame. What has happened to that place? So Farang ghettos like that, I don't have any time for any place like that. If I can go a day without speaking English, that's a good day. If I can go a day without... Now, I have Farang friends here in Thai Muang, a handful. But for the most part, I don't get anything about interacting with Farang. I don't ever want to go sit in a bar and talk with Farang. I don't strike up conversations on the bus. I haven't ridden a bus in many years. But I have no use for places that are crammed with Farang, because everything will be expensive, everything will be dirty, the Thai people will be rude if you can find the Thai people. Most of those places, the person you're interacting with is Indian, Nepalese, Burmese, Lao, Khmer. The people in the service industry in those Farang ghettos are typically not Thai, and certainly not Thai from that province. And I just don't have any time for that. I don't know why anybody has time for that. If you need to work and Bangkok is where your job is, yeah, all right. But man, other than that, I'm retired. My government pays me specifically not to work, and I don't. So I can live anywhere I want, and I do. I live at the end of the road, the end of the line, the last stop. Farang kids on bikes. My God, on motorcycles. Phuket, what are these people thinking? Why? If you could afford a car, you can afford to call an Uber. Why would you put your child on a motorcycle, in a helmet or without a helmet? I asked one of these women outside of 7-Eleven, why do you do this? She had 2 little white kids clinging to her like monkeys on a motorcycle. I said, why did you do this? She said, look around you. All the Thai people do it. Yeah, because they have to. They can't afford a car. If they can afford a car, they would be in a car with seatbelts on. They do it because they have to. And they grow up on these motorcycles since infancy. They know how to cling like monkeys. A Thai kid rarely falls off a bike unless mom, crashes the bike. But foreign kid don't know how to do that. You bring a kid here 5, 6 years old from Europe, he doesn't know how to hang on, and he's going to fall off. And go to the hospital, ask them. Man, the hospitals are full of motorcycle victims, young, old, white, brown. And you don't want to put your kid in that position, man. You don't want to lose your kid on a holiday because you were stupid and put him on a motorcycle. Don't do it. Oh, Nescafe. I hate Nescafe. I go to great lengths to get real coffee and drink real coffee, and I drink it hot. You have to tell people here in a coffee shop, you want it hot. Of course, in the rest of the world, it's the opposite. If you want cold coffee, that's the aberration. You tell them, yeah, I want a latte and make it cold. Here, you got to tell them hot, and they look at you like, why would you drink hot coffee? Yeah. Every day of my life, dude. Empty real estate. It's so depressing. There is so much empty, particularly commercial real estate in this kingdom. You go somewhere like Phuket, and I just went to Phuket to do this visa stuff, and I just came back. So I'm thinking about it. You see some empty real estate here because of COVID, but down in Phuket, it's just oppressive. Everywhere you go, it's a ghost town. Everywhere you go, there's traffic and empty fronts, empty shop fronts, empty shop houses. And that's your Phuket experience. Papa? Don't call me Papa. Please, Thailand. Every Thai person out there, please, please, please. Either call me by my name, or if you don't know me, call me Kun. Don't call me Papa. I'm not old enough to be your Papa. Shopkeepers older than me are calling me Papa. I don't like it. No. Call me Kun or call me Lung Tep. Don't call me Papa. Loudness, noise. Thai people, bless their hearts, love them to death, greatest people on earth. But they believe that if something's fun, it's more fun if it's louder. So every amp here goes up to 11. Every amp goes to 11. And anywhere you are, somebody's going to be making noise. Somebody's going to be banging a gong, banging a cymbal, lighting off a firecracker, taking the muffler off their motorcycle, blaring political messages out of the back of pickup trucks. Everywhere you go, it's loud, loud, loud. And that's one reason why places like this are so special. I'm going to stop talking for a second and let you hear what this is like. It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, it's nice when you shut up, Steve. I hear you. Believe me, it's nicer for me too. But yeah, loud noises, that's something has never intrigued me about this place, and it's something we put up with. If we want to live here, and I certainly do, and you probably do too, the loudness, the noise, the jangly, nerve-tweaking, constant pounding of various sounds. Oh man, I hate that. Thai smiles. I hate them. I hate them. They're meaningless. They're empty. They mean nothing. They are simply the mask, thank you, Mithran, that Thai people put on their face as a shield against conflict. Conflict in a communal society, a rice-growing society, conflict between neighbors, conflict within a family is literally a case of life and death. If you don't have the cooperation of your family, your clan, your tribe, your village, you won't be able to plant rice and you will starve to death. So the smile is a social lubricant. Doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean they like you. Doesn't mean they're going to help you. Doesn't mean they're not going to pick your pocket. It's just the rictus of Thai social dynamics. That's all it is. And that bothers me. I feel like I can't put a finger on this guy or this gal because she's just showing me her public face, her public smile. And they're lovely to look at sometimes. Speaking of noise, right? They could put mufflers on these boats, but they don't. What it does to these guys' hearings, what must it do? Let me see if I can get that for you. What must it do to their hearing? They're going to go for miles with that pocket. How are all Thai fishermen not deaf by the age of 40? Thank you. He heard me. He's turned it down. Plastic, enough said, right? Plastic. I pick up trash off the beach every morning and compulsively make art out of it. But it's just never ending. The amount of plastic trash in Asia is astounding. Or, this is all I know of Asia. Since I was a kid, when I was a kid, I traveled around Asia. As an adult, I've just stuck to Thailand. But the trash here is oppressive. It's everywhere. Plastic trash, absolutely everywhere. And it's hard to get anybody to care. We are at almost the end of the list. Insects, I hate insects, and every single month has a signature insect. This month is ginkgo in my house, the little red centipedes, which is better than the big black centipedes. Those are the ones that'll bite you and hurt you. And if I'm confusing millipede and centipede, okay, point it out in the comments and mea culpa. But that's this month's signature insect. There's a month for scorpions. There's a month for these moths, these crazy little gray moths. And your house fills up with geckos in the month of the moths because they're real easy to catch and they're huge. And if you've got 5 geckos typically on the ceiling of your living room, in that month you'll have 15. Mosquitoes all the time, of course, but here, this close to the beach where I live, very few mosquitoes, very few. I get a few, and for some reason they love to hang out in the bathroom. They don't bother me in bed, but when I sit in the bathroom in the morning, I'm constantly swatting them. I don't know why they like the bathroom. And the last thing is monkeys. Don't interact with monkeys. Don't feed the monkeys. Don't go near the monkeys. Monkeys are like human beings with learning disabilities and anger management issues and canine teeth this long. Monkeys are vile, dirty, disease-ridden, thieving, aggressive, biting little monsters. Do not feed a monkey. Do not go anywhere near a monkey. Monkeys attack a lot more people than soy dogs, and their bite is way worse. So I hate monkeys. I won't have anything to do with monkeys. They're not cute. They're evil, vicious little monsters. And there is a difference, just as an aside, between monkeys and apes, right? Apes don't have tails. Monkeys have tails. Just so you know, we are apes. We don't have tails. That's 21 minutes. That's a really long monologue. Thank you for sticking with me, if you're one of the 5 people who've stuck with me this far. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to go check in and have a hernia repair. So I don't know what to expect next week. Certainly not a Boontongs video. Sorry if you are disappointed, as am I. But we'll see what happens. Wish me luck, and I'll see you next Friday. Have a terrific week. Know that I love you. Know that you're very important to me. Doing this, having some little contact with people off of Turtle Beach is very important to me, and I very much appreciate your subscription. If you have subscribed, if you hadn't, think about it. There's a PayPal address. There's my email address down in the description. And like, subscribe, and share, and I guess that's it. Thanks very much for listening to me and my list of bullshit. And I'll see you next Friday. Have a terrific week.
Whatever shades your sheep, whatever bakes your clam, whatever digs your peak, whatever smokes your ham, whatever blows your nose, whatever chews your bone, whatever squirts your hose, whatever sings your song. Do it often, but do it well. Nobody knows and there's no way to tell. When you're riding, shoot down to that